let's say you make $100,000. If you just put that all in one account, you're like, I can go buy a Tahoe.
Right.
I can pay cash for it, right? You know, boom. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe 15,000 of that was taxes.
I recall you guys talking about the profit first system. Are you guys still doing that?
Oh, yeah.
Can you explain what that is and how that works?
Essentially, it's just like the Dave Ramsey envelope method, but just for a business, right? If you were to distill it down to something else. So for every $100 we get in, we take a certain number of those dollars and we put it towards general business expenses. A certain amount of it is like, we consider that quote unquote profit, right? And then like what we pay ourselves, and then some set aside for taxes and whatever. So that we're never really caught off guard by anything.
Right.
You know, so like at the end of the year, like if anything, it'll be good news that we didn't spend the entire tax thing. So like we can now add that to our income. So we're never going to be caught at the end of the year going, oh my gosh, we have this massive tax bill. How on earth are we ever going to pay it?
Right. That's a great way to operate. I think as soon as anything that I've done, like whether it be my company or Peak or my company or the investments, the money gets basically put away first, and then we starve the company to operate on what remains.
Yeah.
And then that way we're making good decisions on the expense side, basically. So we're not living above our means saying like, oh, we got all this extra money, let's see where we're at the end of the month, right? Yeah. And so as soon as that money comes in, it gets put away like it never even happened, and then it goes to reserves or taxes or anything else. And then we have this limited amount of cash that we can operate on, which still, like if we need to strengthen our team, then sure, we can pull more in. But it's a great plan to put money in certain buckets first instead of like, it's more proactive than reactive, I think.
Yeah, I mean, David Richter is a genius in that regard, and like how all of that works related to real estate investors specifically. And he didn't invent profit first, but he retooled it specifically for real estate investors, wrote the book about it, and then I think also consults about that as well. I think he also like runs a fractional CFO company. So like it's pretty extensive. So like if that's something you're looking into, like David Richter's your guy. Yeah. But I think the biggest thing is that like, so real estate investors tend to get paid in chunks of money, right? So like let's say you make $100,000 on a just profit in a deal. That's not the average profit, but let's just say you suddenly do. If you just put that all in one account, you're like, I can go buy a Tahoe.
Right.
I can pay cash for it, right? You know, boom. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe 15,000 of that was taxes.
Right.
Okay, maybe like, how much do you want to make? Like yourself. Well, let's say I want to make 30 of that. Okay, cool. So maybe 30%. So we're already 45 is out the door. It's like, okay, well, how much money do we spend on marketing? So like next thing you know, you're down to what's in the Tahoe fund is $8,000. Okay, we are not paying cash for a Tahoe today. But God forbid you did. And then next month you're going, we have no cash.
Right.
How are we going to pay the credit card bill?